We're live.
Live. Awesome. So, good morning, everybody, or good evening, depends where you are in the world. I would love to welcome you to the beautiful web class or webinar we have with my dear friend and colleague Noelle O'Foster. She will introduce herself in a second. Hi, Noelle.
Hi.
And this webinar is basically going to be about the new beautiful era we are all entering, the freedom era. Who is ready for that? And we will share with you some secrets on how to create a thriving business through social media, even if you today might have no following, might not know how to use social media, even might not be techy at all. It's absolutely possible. So let's dive into it.
All right. So here we go. Let's talk about new trend in the digital space. So unfortunately, due to circumstances that were outside of our control, we have been needing to move into more and more into the digital space because people's businesses have been closing because of the lockdown policies and but in addition to that, people are actually buying more online because of this. So what we've seen is that in the last year, we've seen more growth in the digital space in the last 10 years. So what I want to say is that we get what we focus our attention on. So if we are focusing our attention on how we can grow ourselves despite the difficult circumstances, we are going to use what's going on right now to expand rather than contract. And so that's what we're going to be teaching you about in this class. And so that's what I want to say about that. Yes, we have a very difficult situation economically, but there are people who are succeeding and thriving right now despite what's going on. And we really want to empower you with some tools so that you can do that as well. So that good for this slide here? Yeah. Okay. And then, so let me tell you who I am. My name is Noelle O'Foster, and I am an unschooling mama, single mama of two. Let's see, I'm looking at this other slide here. We're having a little tech challenge. As you can see, you don't need to be a technical wizard in order to have a really successful online business, because we had all sorts of excitement before we came live today, but we made it go right. So I'm an unschooling mama, which means that my children do get an education, but they get an education in context of the world. We don't sit at a desk. We don't sit with a stack of books. We are in the world, and it's a wonderful way to learn. I'm also an activist for medical freedom. So last year, I really wanted to live in a way that was really free for my children. So fortunately, I had already begun my online business, so I was able to move out to the country. And so we live in an intentional community on 10 acres in Northern California. My kids just get to roam free. It's a really, really nice lifestyle. And it's basically, I'm able to do that because I don't have to work in an office and I don't have to work on a 40-hour-a-week schedule. So I am going to introduce my colleague now. I think it's your turn to introduce yourself. Veronica.
Yeah, so welcome everybody. My name is Veronica. I'm also an unschooling mom and also a single mom as Noelle. And I'm also a healthy and sustainable lifestyle advocate. So you might know my YouTube channel promoting the vegan or plant-based diet, as I like to call it, and a sustainable lifestyle. As you can see, I am living in beautiful tropics in Lombok, Indonesia, right now with my son. I'll just show you a little bit around. Hello, Christian. Hello. It's beautiful here. And yeah, I have been blessed enough to meet this incredible business opportunity, which I got introduced to as you did from me. And I am, thanks to it, able to create a beautiful, successful online business, promoting what I love and spending time with what really matters to me. So let's dive into the secret number one. Just give me a second. So, let's dive into the secret number 1, which is your energy and vibration creates your life. For sure, you have heard this about where focus goes, energy flows, or like attracts like. It's pretty. We might have my kid on the background. That's okay. This is the mom life.
Totally fine.
Basically, it means, if we go around and we are complaining and we are thinking like, oh my gosh, nothing works and this and that, we might attract the same thing. If we go around and we feel amazing, we feel like, wow, I am sitting under the blue sky, it's hot and it's awesome, then we are going to attract beautiful things into our life. So that's super, super, super important, especially now in this time, as Noelle was sharing, we are living in a very difficult situation as a humanity, as a world together. And the more important is it to be joyful, to be happy, to be in this high vibe state, because there are many things to it, also regarding the virus and so on. I'm not gonna go into that. But basically, the more now is it important to have a high quality life, especially if the circumstances a lot of us are facing right now. So we have just a second.
Oh, sorry.
Back. I just have 2 small tips for you here, and they are 2 beautiful things I use on my everyday life, which are so much helping me out to create the life of my dreams. And that's the beautiful book Magic from Rhonda Byrne. It's really, really wonderful. It's basically the book about the gratitude, how to create magic in your life through the power of the gratitude. And also, as I mentioned here, the power of gratitude. Did you know that the fastest way how to get out of fear, anxiety, feeling bad, and so on is the gratitude? So I have a little task for you. Next time you feel a little bit down, just take a look, close your eyes, open them, take a look around and think, wow, what do I have around me? What can I be grateful for right now? Do I have sun on my face? Do I have beautiful people around me? Do I have something to eat? And try to focus on the beauty around you, and you will see your life completely transformed.
So I completely agree with you. Hopefully that's a good place to transition. Did you want to say more about that, or is this a good place for? Yeah, I completely agree about your focuses there. I have seen radical shifts in my life because of the gratitude practice. And I didn't really believe, I have been meditating for a long, long time. And when I found out about the gratitude practice, I kind of thought it was too simple to be really effective. And so I actually kind of resisted it. And when I first heard about it, even though our mentors were telling us to do it, and then when I finally opened the book and started doing the practices, really, 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 my life completely transformed. My relationship with my ex-husband shifted, my relationship with money shifted, my business shifted, everything shifted. So it's such a simple practice. So secret number 2, that is for me to deliver. So this is actually what I teach and mentor on, and I didn't always know this technology. This is something that I learned from our mentors and an education platform that we'll talk about a little bit later. So basically, and I'm sure that probably you have all noticed this, and maybe I think this is streaming live in some different social media platforms. If you want to let us know if you've had experiences with this before, what is your experience with this? So what's noted on the slide here is that the noise in the online space has increased. And marketing needs to be creative and different. So have you noticed when you're scrolling on Facebook, how many ads are popping up, and how does that make you feel? For me, I actually kind of am pretty resistant to advertising. I feel I'm not particularly a consumer mindset. I feel like, we do need some things, that's for sure. We need clean water, we need clean good food, we need good air, we need a good living environment, right? But beyond that, we don't need to buy all these things in order to be happy. And yet what's happening is because of the online space, we are inundated with messages and noise, right? So it used to be the radio and the television. Now it's our social media channels. And because we're isolated a lot in the last year, we have been reaching out to these social media channels to get connection, but then we get distracted with all this stuff. So in order to have a business, you do have to advertise, you do have to market, and you do have to promote. But how do you do it in a way that isn't annoying like that, right? And that is authentic, and that makes a real connection. And so the way that you do that is through attraction marketing. So what is attraction marketing? So what it is you're actually attracting people. I have my slides over here, so I'm looking every once in a while over at them. So you're attracting people through who you are authentically. So to give you an example, like those of you who are on this web class with us tonight, or maybe you're watching on the replay, you've been following Veronica because she's a totally real person, right? She gets up there and she talks about her challenges as a single mother. She gets on there and she shares about all of her wisdom that she has about plant-based diet, which I love her lives about that. I always learn something. And when she shares in her posts, you feel like she's actually like a real person, right? So if we are minding, taking care of our vibration, which was secret number one that Veronica taught about, in this time especially, right? We are bringing our hearts, our compassion, our wisdom, and we are a safe place for people to come to make a connection, right? So if we're doing that and we're showing up and we're guarding our vibration, we're taking care of our mind, we're taking care of our body so that we can be of service, right? If we're not taking care of those things, we're not going to be helpful to people. We're going to be a mess, and they're going to feel sorry for us and reach out to us and say, how can I help you? But if we're caring for ourselves, we can be like a beacon or a lighthouse for other people. So when we're doing that, then the way we show up on social media is with a really high vibration and with really, really in real service to people, right? That itself is a way to do a business, to market, right? To promote yourself. But it's really authentic. It's not like you're living some false life here and then you show up in a different way on social media, because people see through that. I don't know about you, but when people are posting advertisements with, everything looks sexy and amazing, and there's this fancy $200,000 automobile, I'm going to scroll right by it, because that's not communicating to me. That's not real. It's not authentic. It's a set. It's like a movie set, right? I want to be connected to with authenticity, right? So when you show up that way on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever channels you have a presence, then you can develop your own following of people who are really interested in hearing from you and hearing about what you have to offer. And then when you mention your product or service, they will reach out to you instead of you having to reach out to them. When you reach out to other people, I don't know about you, I'm kind of an introvert, actually, believe it or not. I'm kind of an introvert. So that energy always was awkward and uncomfortable. And it's much more comfortable for me to just show up as myself and say, here's what I'm doing. Is it in alignment with you? Does it speak to you? Let me know. If it is, we can have a conversation and let's see if this is something for you. That's a much more organic, authentic, easier, fun, sensible way to do business. So that is what attraction marketing is. And basically, how we do it, how do we create a following? How do we create an authentic personal brand, is what we call it. Well, we share through copywriting, which is storytelling with words, right? We're sharing our adventures. We're sharing our things that we've discovered and we've learned. Sometimes we're sharing our heartbreak, because when we're being real and true about what's going on in our life, it gives other people permission to be real people and to not be perfect, right? So, I have been able to create basically from very little. I had a presence on social media as an activist, which was very specific kind of presence. And I've been able to create a large following and a large full-time income totally through Facebook. Totally through Facebook. I do a little bit of Instagram, but mostly I work through Facebook, and it's me sharing myself and what I care about. So hopefully that communicates to you kind of what this is all about. If you have questions about it, feel free to put them in the comments, and we'll answer them for you. And I think the next one is you, my dear.
Yeah. So, the power of the community. I don't know about you guys, but it's so important to be about the right people. You know, I notice very quickly if I am in the environment which lights me up, where I feel I can grow, I feel I am at home, I feel I am met, I am loved no matter what. Or if I'm in the environment where I kind of, have to put a certain mask on and kind of pretend I'm somebody I'm not, right? And I have been part of these environments for years and years and years and tried to fit in and it never worked. And, the more I did, and then we are, right, backing up to the first slide about the energy, the more I did, the more energy I was actually losing. The worse I felt and the less high vibe I was. And at one point, I was just thinking, okay, let's just be myself, right? You read everywhere, like, just be yourself, that's fine. And the life will reveal its magic for you if you do. And I thought, like, yeah, okay, just let's be myself. It was a beautiful journey, but to be honest, it was a very, very alone journey, because if you are yourself, and you might be a little strange or in front of your time, or however you call it, pioneer, as I like to call myself, it can be a very, very, very alone journey. And I didn't like that. I love to be myself. I love to do my stuff. I didn't like to be alone. So I was searching for a community, and I found this incredible freedompreneur community, as we like to call ourselves. And it has been really like coming home, a space where you are supported, where you are loved, where you are nourished, where you are appreciated, where you are cherished. And everybody is the same. You can be super expert and you can be total beginner. It doesn't matter. We can all learn from each other. And that's so special in the times we are living in. And yeah, I really appreciate it. Really appreciate that. And I would love to share with you again a little tip. Did you know that you will most likely become the combination of the closest 5 people you have? It can be your partner, your kids, your closest friend, your family, basically people you allow to come into your life and have them as the closest one. Just take a look on it today. Take an honest look on who is the closest person to you, and if you would like to become something like that. And if you love it, it's awesome. Congratulations. If you don't, maybe it's time to release some people from your life or do some small changes or attract more of other type of people, right? Because especially, if you are visionary as we are, and you have big heart, you have big dreams for your life, it's so important to have the right people around you who, like if you are here and you want to go there, it's so important to have people around you who really believe that this is possible, right? How else are you gonna get there? Especially if you, might not believe in yourself at the beginning. And this is the beauty of this business, if you feel like this is the right thing for you and you join our community, you are going to be lifted up. You are going to be celebrated. You are going to be taken care of. You are going to be mentored and guided and coached and you name it on all levels of you. And who you will become, if you have been watching my journey, which I believe a lot of you did, and you saw who I was only like 1 year ago and where I'm today, oh my gosh, would you imagine that I would talk on a live webinar? Never. Oh, and so much other stuff. Really, like, this is so important and so beautiful how your life can transform if you have the right people around you. If you imagine, the seed, like you take an oak seed, right? And you put it into the soil, which is completely horrible. It will try to get through and it might get a little tree or a little bit bigger tree, depends on its abilities. But if you take the same seed and you put it into the right soil, then it goes like, Sham! right? It just becomes the most gorgeous, amazing, huge, strong, wonderful oak you can imagine because it got the right soil. And your community is your soil.
Absolutely. I can echo that a million times. So I want to talk to you about the last secret. I think this is the last secret, right? Oh, we have a bonus secret. So here's the last secret. So we're going to get into a little bit of strategy. So a lot of what we're talking about today and what Veronica is sharing today is mindset and your inner landscape, which is actually the most important thing for success. And all of the high level, well-known coaches teach about this. All of the best-selling wealth mindset writers and philosophers teach about this. This is the most important thing, that you are guarding your garden, your soil, your community. You're taking care of that. And we're going to give you some strategy, because if your mindset is really nourished and your community is nurturing, then you put the strategy in, which is the acorn, right? And now you're going to have massive explosion. So secret number 4, high profit, high impact formula. So you could have the best community in the world. You can have the best following in the world. There are a lot of people who have a big following and they don't have a way to monetize it, which means to make money from it. They might even have really good mindset, but if you don't have a vehicle to profit, then you're not gonna make money. That's just how it is, right? Now, I know this is the same for me as it is for Veronica. Integrity and health and sustainability and caring for the planet are really core values for me. So if you're going to monetize, like, let's face it, we do need an income, right? So the way that we are making an income is by commerce. Now we can do this in a really responsible way that's really in alignment, that's good for the planet. So, and we'll talk a little bit more about what that is later on, but it needs to pay you well, right? Here's the thing. I think that Veronica has a lot of people following her who are healers and light workers and yoginis and health professionals, right? And what I have noticed, and I have been into holistic health for a very, very long time. My mother was kind of a hippie, and she raised me on organic food and on plant herbs and things like that she wouldn't give us pharmaceuticals when we were ill. So hopefully that's okay. I can talk about this kind of stuff. I think that's your following too, Veronica, right? So the thing about it is that people who are healers and light workers and holistic health professionals, they tend to not always have a great relationship with money. They tend to feel like they need to give everything away for free, right? Or they tend to not charge enough for their product in order for them to do business. So this may be bumping up against some limiting beliefs that you have, but guess what? If you have the right product and the right service, you get to charge the good price tag for it, okay? And you get to be paid for it. So I'll give you some examples of types of businesses where you could work and work and work and work and work, and you wouldn't actually make enough money to really stay in business. And some of these products I love and I use them. I just actually use some essential oils to kind of give my little home a really nice smell and to kind of lift my mood and make me feel better. And I actually have a wholesale distributor contract with, I won't say which company, I really like them, but their compensation plan is not great. So I have friends who are essential oil distributors, and they work really, 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 really hard. They might work even harder than I do, and they make less than I do. And that's not right. So what we need to do is you need a product or service that is valuable, but it pays you really well. So let's see. So it's the same amount of work, but it pays you better, right? Why not go with the item or service, which is the same amount of work, is in alignment with your values, and it pays you better. So Veronica and I have aligned ourselves with a company which we can actually make 3 to 4 figures per sale. And I have actually done that. So many times I have done that. So let's see, what else am I going to talk about here? So this is the difference between a low ticket and a high ticket item. Some people sell CBD oil. I know that's very popular. Some people sell, what are some other things? Classes, courses, coaching. I have done all of that. Some people want to create their own products, but then if you create your own product, you've got to manufacture it. You have to ship it. You've got to manage your inventory. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I'm a single mama. I don't have that time. And that concept just puts me into an overwhelm. Maybe you've already got a product or service. You've already got it figured out. Great. For people who don't, and they want a product that's high integrity, in alignment, and pays them well, that they don't have to create themselves, keep listening. We're going to talk a little bit more. Let me make sure I've covered everything here. So yeah, so here's the thing. Like when I became a mom, and you can see by the color of my hair, I'm not as young as Veronica. I am 51. And I'm not ageist at all. I just celebrate that, actually. And I didn't become a mom until I was 42. And then my second baby at 45. So parenting and being a mom is extremely precious to me. And I don't want to trade that time. It was very, very firm for me. I was very resolute when I became a mom. I was not going to be working 50 hours a week or 40 hours a week. I was not going to be trading my time for money, although I did have to trade my time for money when I was first became a mom, because I didn't have actually a system that would allow me to work less. Just a couple hours a day really is about what I work now. So that's important, you guys. Like, we all have a precious life. We have this precious life. It's important. All of these things are important. Your dreams are important. Your goals are important. Your health is important. I used to work myself to the bone to try to make a decent income and have all this time for my kids, and then my health suffers, and I frankly I can't afford that at this point. This body, as I said, 51 years old, I need to care for it, right? So I don't know of a lot of businesses and industries that you can just work a few hours a day and, like Veronica's at the beach learning how to surf. That's one of these things I'd like to learn how to do one of these days. You're going to have to teach me when I come down to Bali. But if I want to do yoga in the middle of the day, when my son wakes up in the morning, he likes to cuddle with me and read. And if I was rushing off to a job, I wouldn't be able to do that. So the same amount of work, again, to create a brand here yields much, much more dollars than the same amount of work with anything else you could do online that I have become aware of. So and I have created five-figure months. I know how to teach other people how to do it, and I mentor them on it. And so I love to share this, especially with moms, because I feel like what we are doing, raising children consciously and conscientiously and with heart, is actually the most important thing that anybody can do. Maybe I'm a little biased, because we're creating the future of the planet. So it's really important that we resource ourselves, and we are resourced so that we can do this really important work. So let me see. I think the next one is for you. Let me give you your slide. All right. Oh, you get to talk about the bonus.
Yeah. Yeah, I so much resonate with what you shared, Noelle. And as you could see, my son like a little bit coming back and forth behind me. This is exactly why I do this business. We had to get up pretty early today, and we tried it yesterday here. It worked perfectly fine. Today the situation is different. He's in a different mood, right? And I so much appreciate, I have been also doing, oh my gosh, I've been doing everything from, earning really seriously good money, working 70 hours a week, burning out after half a year, to, having no money, not working at all, and everything in between, right? And I know, also like you shared, even though I am, quite some years younger than you, I know that even though, I am not willing to just see my life go away, because I also know like I'm not 20 anymore, right? I turned 35 last year, and I know like, okay, I also have dreams I want to make true now, because if I don't make it now, it might not happen. And that's just not an option for me, basically. And I so much appreciate that, like, huge part of this business I take my son with me on. And today, right, he wasn't in the mood to be, left alone there. Cool, then he's crawling around. Then, we show you that this business is for moms. You can do it with your kids, present. You can do it around your kids' schedule, and this is what I so much love. So basically, you can work from anywhere and everywhere. I have been, streaming my calls from the pool, just, having my head over a cam. I'm listening while, doing my training, because I'm preparing for the half Ironman here in July on Lombok. So yeah, I do, multitask. Thank you. I do multitask a lot of things. I would do my cycling and having, my headphone on and listening to the last mentoring call I have had while my son is running beside and doing his training, right? Incredible, like how many jobs allow you to do this. That's just so beautiful. Also, on the picture, you can see me and my son now. On the Wednesday, we have been doing our latest YouTube video. We have been doing chocolate chips, pumpkin oats cookies, and just, having fun together, because I basically want to show people, look, you can be a mother and you can still be working. Because, guys, for me, also, I treasure motherhood so much. It's been such a long journey for me to get there. Even though I had my son when I was 31, I wanted to have kids first in my 20s. So I was kind of like desire of 10 years. And then when I turned mom, I got really sick and I got really bad. I was really like long journey through the healing. And I wanted to say, now I forgot. And yeah, and what I basically wanted to share is, so many times I was thinking, okay, I can either work or be a mom, because handle both energetically and be okay, not like kind of finish this day with like, ugh, I'm gone, like for weeks. After this one day, I need like 2 weeks holiday, because I have been, 10 hours in the work and then 6 hours with my kid, and then trying to push my training in around midnight. That's just not gonna work, right? It's just not gonna work long term. And I wanna show moms that you can work. You can actually only work a couple of hours a day. I work approximately 3 to 4 hours a day. And in 3 to 4 hours a day, I'm able to build both of my businesses and, get my 2 hours training in the day, get my unschooling of my son, get my surfing, and get my yoga and everything what is important for me. And the business keeps running, right? And the longer you do it, the more smooth it keeps running, So then the less also you can work. So these hours can be also, you can invest some more at the beginning and some less later on, because the business is running. So it's beautiful. Yeah. One more thing I wanted to mention, just a second, Noelle, is about 80% inner work and 20% strategy. And this is the beauty of this business I so much love, because first of all, I love the personal development, I love the inner work, but also I love to teach my son about this, So what we would do, we would start our day with the gratitude, and we would be like, thank you that we can drive to this amazing resort today, now having this beautiful talk with you, and then playing on the beach. How amazing is that? Right? Then when we finish the day, we finish our day with, talking about what we are proud of, what we are grateful for, what went nice that day. Right? When we are a little bit down, no matter where we are, the first thing we would do is, just, okay, let's have some dance, and dance around and jump and do stuff. And all this beauty I have learned through this business. And all this beauty is actually 80% of this business. So if you love it and you want to take your kids on it and really teach them, I would say this, future tools they need in order to, be successful human being. And I'm not, I'm talking both about the money, but I'm also talking about, feeling good, because how many humans are out there and, they have some kind of job which are kind of okay, but not really loving, relationships which are kind of okay, but not really what they dream about, living their dreams maybe 10% because they don't dare to do more. I want my kid to be something else. I want my kid to be a pioneer, and this generation of pioneers, because we have so many of them now, showing that life can be magic, that you can get up and you can be like, woohoo, what a beauty, wonderful, wonderful life. Thank you for the gift, right? And this is the 80% of this business. How awesome is that? How many businesses have 80% with the inner work and ability to take your kid on it and teach your kid as you build up your business? Incredible. And 20% is strategy, as Noelle has mentioned and will mention later on.
So I just wanted to, can I introduce something here? So we these are people in our businesses, and normally we have testimonial here, like written testimonial from them, and basically they're super busy with all sorts of epic things that are going on. But I have a testimonial from Donna, who is listed here, and also I wanted to just kind of talk a little bit. Can I take this one? Do you mind, Veronica?
No, definitely.
Is that okay? Okay, so so on the top here on the left is a family, Louise and Ryan Milliman, who are in our business, and actually was Veronica's sponsor in starting this business. And when they began this business, they were actually traveling all over Asia for 5 years. They were traveling the world with their online business, and they have 2 little girls. Let's see, only one of them is pictured there. And then when the COVID situation came, they bought some land in beautiful part of the United States, and they are building it out to be this amazing permaculture paradise where they're growing all of their own food. And so they're able to do that because they don't have a traditional job. They do attraction marketing with high ticket items through the internet. So they have really created an amazing life, and I'm going to have to talk to Louise about getting me her written testimonial. She's probably chasing pigs or planting trees or something like that. So Donna, she sent me something all the way from Bali. Donna actually used to be in California and was in my homeschooling cooperative, and we used to see each other on homeschool meetups. And now she lives in Bali, not very far from Veronica, so with her whole family. So this is what Donna says, and I think it's really exciting. So she says, 2 years ago, I took a stand for the dreams that I had been putting on hold for too long. So what does it mean to take a stand? It means my dreams are important. It means I'm making them a priority, right? I wanted to travel the world with my kids. I wanted my husband to not have to work so much. I remember her talking about, this was a few years ago, about how stressed out her husband was about his job. And so here's what she says here. So I asked for guidance, and into my lap dropped an incredible community of heart-centered men and women from around the globe who were doing incredible things with their lives. I saw the spark that they had, and I wanted it. Since then, I have retired my husband, so he doesn't work. And she has spent the last 2 years traveling full-time and has just returned to Bali to create a home base for her family. Life is now full of infinite possibility, potential, and possibility, all because I said yes to this community and an abundant AF business. I am trying to clean up the language, so I'm not going to say what AF means. As abundant as bleep. My kids have learned all the bad words from me, so I'm trying to change my habits. Okay, so that's Donna. And then Sam lives in Costa Rica. Sam is one of our colleagues, a world schooling colleague, and she has, I forget, she has 2 children. I think she has 3 children. And is it 3? 3, yeah. So Sam she's been a traveler for a very long time. She has never, I think when she was very young in her 20s, she worked in a bank or something like that, and it was just didn't suit her. So she needed an online business. Her business is just expanding and expanding and expanding, and she, regularly I see pictures of her on the beach in Costa Rica enjoying her life. And then the last one is Matthew Hammond, who's a good friend of mine, and his wife, Liz, and their 3 children. They just finished, I think, 6 months traveling all over the United States in a big, beautiful, wouldn't call it a caravan because it's like a bus, but it's like a home that's a bus. And so they were traveling around, seeing all the beautiful sights in the United States, because they have an online business. So these are real people. They're colleagues and friends of ours, and they're also just normal people too. So like normal people can create a successful business online with those ingredients that and those secrets we've talked about. Let's see. So originally you had it on our list that I was going to do this one, but would you like to take this one? I can continue, or you can take it. This one is Success Leaves Clues.
Yeah, maybe if you continue, it's easier.
I'll do that one. So this is a good one for me to take too, because I'm a mentor, and I've created a big business, and I've done it by following the advice of my mentors, people who have already created big businesses. So, really people who started with very, very humble situations, like not being able to buy organic blueberries at the market, or not even being able to buy a big pack of toilet paper, having to buy individual toilet papers, and then creating 6- and 7-figure businesses. So they're real people. I know them. Some of them I've known for a long time. Some of them I met in Australia last year. Most of them are parents, because this is parents in general need an income that keeps them in the home, right? So they can really enjoy parenting. So Success Leaves Clues. How did they do it? Well, here's some of the things that we learned. We learned marketing and sales, because they're necessary parts of having a business. We learned copywriting. Actually, copywriting was a specialty of mine. It's one of the things that I did before I had children. And there's some wonderful training in this education platform that we'll talk about that will teach you how to do it. And I also mentor and teach on that as well. So this is one of the areas that my team, my business colleagues really benefit from. You learn Facebook ads in this education platform we're going to talk about. Facebook ads is a big mystery for most people. It's like something that I actually thought that I would never be able to figure it out, because I'm not particularly technical. Like I can use email and I can use Facebook, but that's kind of it for me. I know Veronica's the same. I mean, now we are learning it because we have these wonderful resources that are helping us. But I never imagined that I would be running Facebook ads, and I have run successful Facebook ads. In addition to that, we have 30 and 90-day mentorships. So where people who have created 6-figure businesses, 7-figure businesses actually come in and do weekly calls, conference calls, mentorship, support all throughout the week to help you build the business. So you're not actually just kind of on your own. Well, like, here you go. There's this online course. Go for it. That hasn't proven to be a successful, there's a lot of people who do business that way, right? Pay $1,000 for my online course. I'll teach you how to be a millionaire on the internet. And then you kind of wander in there. I spent quite a bit of money trying to learn success through the online business. I spent a lot of money, actually, and I could have saved myself a lot of money if this had been available when I was looking to learn about online business. So mentorship is really important. Again, Veronica had said, you will become like the 5 people who you are closest to because of mirror neurons in your brain. We are actually picking up each other's habits, right? So being around people who have created success, not because they were born with it, but because they were just like you and me, and they figured it out and they learned how to do it, right? It's not really that beneficial and helpful to learn business strategy from somebody who was born into a wealthy family because they're not going to really understand the challenges that we work with, right? The challenges, they don't really know what the journey is. They don't really know what the territory is. It's really good to learn from somebody who had to kind of go through the whole path, right? Figure out what worked, what didn't work. What are the challenges? How do you overcome them, right? So money mastery, I had alluded to briefly on some of the biggest obstacles that some of us have to achieving success financially. And a lot of it has to do with what we believe we are worthy of receiving. We can get into quantum physics. We can get into neuro-linguistic programming. These are the tools that like Tony Robbins works with, other coaches that work with wealth transformation and mindset transformation. But getting really, really straight and clear in your relationship with abundance and money is actually really important for success. And most of us have been taught that it's not okay to have an abundant income. And that is actually a big reason why we end up with that situation. It is okay for you to have an abundance, particularly when you are exchanging abundantly, particularly when you are giving abundantly of yourself. It is more than okay for you to be receiving abundantly. It's a reciprocal universe. We exchange energy, we get abundance back, right? So, and those courses, by the way, money mastery, copywriting, Facebook ads, spirituality, these are all courses that exist in the education platform that we're going to talk about. So spirituality, vibration work. So yeah, these are important things. And by the way that they are communicated and provided are really it really is not it's spirituality, yes, but it's not like dogmatic. It's not like one religion. It's not religious. It's really just appealing to you and your highest vibrational self and how to get you there. So masterminds. So every single week in this education platform, they bring in a really high level, successful expert in one particular area, whether it's mindset, whether it's Facebook ads, whether it's Facebook groups, whether it's copywriting, to teach on specific things, right? And that is basically just a continuing program. And all of those are available for replay as well. And then weekly group coaching calls, which we have, and there's actually a number of them. So there's all sorts of support in this community. It just kind of blows my mind. Most of the time there's so much that I don't even have time to do it all. So, which is a good problem to have, right? It's better to be over-resourced than under-resourced. Okay, so I think, all right, you had me down as doing this slide and the next one, which I'm happy to do if that's what you'd like.
If you like to
okay.
all of them, I'm just thinking if we try to keep it under 1 hour so all the busy moms can catch up with us.
Great. How are we doing? Okay, we're doing okay here. So let's talk about highest converting offer. So our highest converting offer is actually a state-of-the-art water system, which restructures the water to create this massive antioxidant water. And if you know anything about antioxidants, you know that it's basically the key to health, longevity, your immune system, protecting your DNA. It's really, really important that you have antioxidants. So basically, 1 glass of this water is equal to 30 glasses of green tea in antioxidants, and they have measured this with scientific devices. So this is not woo-woo or made up. It's actually scientific. It's a medical grade device. It's licensed as a medical grade device. I believe it's the only one that is licensed as a medical grade device. Sustainable, zero waste. So you can actually use this machine to create sanitizing water, water to clean, beauty water that you can use as a conditioner. You can clean your whole house with the water that this machine produces. One of the settings kills 99% of viruses and bacteria. So you're basically not buying products when you buy it one time and you have it for 30 years, because these machines last a long time. The company's been around for almost 50 years, and it's won multiple awards for quality by ISO, which is an internationally recognized organization. So, and again, it's the only water machine company that has those certifications. In addition to that, commissions from 300 to 3,000 and actually up. I've made bigger commissions than that because we have a number of different products from the same company that are also absolutely excellent. Okay, so snapping it up.
Could I just comment on that?
Yeah.
About missions, what is also great is, we have a certain kind of plan you can follow, from the moment you start, the moment you go up to the higher commissions based on, basically how many products you have sold. And I'm not gonna go deeper into this, but what I just wanted to mention is that they are both direct and indirect sales. So you are not only earning money for the products you sell, but you are also creating a team, and you are basically working together as a team, which is truly beautiful. We are back to the community. You get really inspired of people around you, and you can also earn like super interesting money monthly if you build up the right team around you. So that's a beautiful thing. And there is also a possibility to create a legacy with a passive income. When you reach a certain point, you basically get a certain amount of money every single month without need of selling any products at all. And that's for me the big thing, because I'm thinking like, okay, I'm pretty young, I'm 35, right? I can build this business pretty quickly and be in a very, very interesting position, having the income for life out, which you can also pass on to your kids. How incredible is that, right? If you have small kids as me, and you want to create something truly special for them, you want to create a life for them where they can basically have a start line, where they choose where they want to work, how much they want to work, what they want to do, what are their passions, what they really want to cultivate, and they have the financial background to do so. That's so beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. I thank you for adding that, because as an older parent, that is really, really exciting for me too. Like to have that, knowing that I will have that to rely on, and I will be able to turn it over to my kids if they want to take the family business and pick it up from 6 or 7 figures already, not having to start at the basement, right, in the mailroom or whatever. So now what? So all right. So I'm going to take the. You want to take this one? Great. Perfect.
So what you can do, you have two options. Either you can, hire a bunch of experts on marketing, on sales, on inner work, on how to work with social media. And of course you have all the, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all kind of like, there is so much to the social media, Facebook ads and so on. So you might need quite a lot of people, but you can do that. You can take one course and one course and one course, one course. The risk is that it might not be as consistent because it comes from different people, and also it might cost you a lot of money. And I'm so grateful for this platform, because it's really a jungle to navigate through, and it's so good to have everything at one place. And every time Facebook ads change, because they do, or anything changes on the Instagram, we would get extra training on that. That's so amazing. So that's one option. The second option is that you can join the beautiful learning platform we are both working from and learning from. And you can basically just check it out, and see if it is something for you. The platform has so much value. It has all the content which Noelle has mentioned earlier, from the courses, masterminds, extra classes, of course, the community support, and all the beautiful stuff which is there. And it's only $99 a month. Like $99 a month, how crazy is that? I don't know about you guys. If you take any course or any masterclass, the chance is that they are gonna charge a couple of hundreds to thousands an hour, right? An hour. And here you have everything for $99 a month. And the best thing is we have 30 days back money guarantee. The reason for it is because we stand for what we do. We really believe that it's so much worth it, so much value. And that if you love it, awesome. Then you're gonna be in the same position as me and Noelle and doing, woohoo, we can be part of this. Thank you. And if you don't, and you feel like, this is not really my thing, that's okay. We'll be happy to give you your money back. That's completely fine. We want, this business is truly special. It's not for everybody. It's for the right people who really feel like, this is my thing. This is what I want to do. And if you are that, that's awesome. And if you are not, no bad feelings about it. You can just check it out, try it out. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, great. Nothing good or bad at all. So So basically this, yeah, do you want to say something?
I wanted to add one thing. So one of the things that we've been doing that I found was really helpful is sometimes they want to have a little sneak peek into what it looks like and what it's about. And I actually could do that if you think we have time, or we could just invite people into having a one-on-one Zoom call with you to have a look, to kind of peel it back and look at and see what's there, which is really fun, right? So that way you can kind of see a little bit before you jump in. Even though there is the money back guarantee, it's wonderful. There's really no risk, but sometimes people want to see a little peek. So it's up to you if you want me to. I can screen share that.
I think if you can do like 3 minutes, 4 minutes, that could be awesome.
Okay, great. Let me just jump in, and I'm going to do a little screen share of my back office here, not my back office, but my my Freedom Era. So we're talking about the Freedom Era, and I'm gonna let's see, I'm gonna stop share, and then I'm gonna share my other screens. So okay, so we stopped share, and then I'm gonna share my other screen.
You can see the morning sun is coming here.
Oh yeah. All right, so here's my other screen. So this is the courses section of the Freedom Era. And I want to just kind of walk you through. I don't want to do too much because it's really easy to get overwhelmed. But the first section is a discovery process that kind of takes you into, you guys are seeing this okay, right? Oh no, you're not seeing it yet.
So you are there.
Okay. Okay, now you see it. Yeah, is it showing up?
Yep.
Great. Okay, so the discovery process really takes you into a deep dive of what your vision is, which is really, really important, because the first thing that happens is the thought. And then the second thing that happens is the manifestation of the thought. So it's a really beautiful process. Then you learn a little bit more about the offers, right? So we talked about the water system that we are, that pays us so well. And it's such an incredible device. It helps so many people. And then there's a 30-day program that actually takes you from zero, not knowing anything, not having any presence on social media, all the way through to starting your business and monetizing within the first 30 days. And it's a series of classes, and it's a checklist, a booklet that you have to follow along. And it's also mentorship. So, and then beyond that, we have money mastery. So you actually get to drill down your limiting beliefs and create really effective new ones. You learn marketing, you learn sales, Instagram fundamentals, which was a big mystery for me. Looks like there's a new course coming. So this is new. I'm excited. I don't know what that is yet. Mindset, embodiment, leadership, offer specific training. So even learning more about the water machines, sales, how to avoid disappointment, which is really important when you're on the entrepreneurial journey. It's a whole journey. It's not like 0 to 100. It's like you are going through a journey, an inner journey and an outer journey, right? So in addition to those courses, there's these master classes, and new ones every week. So Gabby Kowalski is amazing. She talks about really soul-centered. She teaches soul-centered marketing, which is in alignment. So you know how to find people that are in alignment with you, right? Scott Olford, I think he's scaled 100+ businesses past 7 figures. So he is a regular trainer here that does master classes. Landon and Stapes have made millions in running Facebook groups. So we learn about their techniques. Ben Simkin is the #1 Facebook ads guru in the world. Again, these guys are just right here at our fingertips to learn. And there's more and more and more every week. So don't get overwhelmed. You start where you start. You start at the beginning, and then you continue on. And as the more you learn, the bigger your business gets. And the more money you make, and the more fun you have, actually. So I think I'm gonna stop sharing that, and let's see. our final slide was questions and answers. And I don't know if we have any place where people are asking questions.
Yes, if people ask,
okay.
I will see it. So yeah, it looks like there are no any questions and answers right now, but if you guys do have anything later, then please just put it into the comments. Of course, we'll be happy to reply. And I hope you just feel as excited as we are for this, because this is truly beautiful opportunity. And you know what? The experts say that the best time to start an online business was 10 years ago. The next best time is now. So if you feel like, if you feel ready, or if you feel, many people feel like this kind of excites me, kind of scares me, that's the right place to start. If you feel basically just little butterflies in your stomach, and you're like, yeah, could I look at my background? How amazing is it to be able to work on such a place? Right? 1 year ago, I couldn't imagine that. That was just, 1 year ago, I was freezing my ass off in Norway. Put it this way. It was really cold, it was really dark, and I was some very difficult place in my life, and I was just thinking, no, it's to be a different way, and there is a different way. And like Noelle also mentioned, we are not a special people, and this is the beauty of this business. It's ordinary people doing extraordinary things and living extraordinary lives, because we have learned what we have learned and implemented and creating a beauty and a huge positive impact on our own lives, on the other people's lives, and on the beautiful planet we are living on. So
Beautiful.
yeah, something into that.
Oh, I just think you completely summarized it. Yeah, I mean, you are worthy of your goals. You are worthy of your dreams. 100%. Absolutely. Anything that you have that is telling you otherwise is a lie. And so you get to burn that down. And I'm excited, anybody that wants to talk to either of us, we're available for whatever questions that you have. We want you to be lit up in your life. That's what we want. So yeah, thank you, Veronica. This was so fun to do with you. And thank you, everybody. And thank you, Ole Christian. You were so good. Such a good boy. Such a good boy.
Thank you so much, Noelle. So guys, if you are ready, if you feel this is the right thing for you, reach out to me or reach out to Noelle. We will be happy to guide you to the next step, and we'll be so happy to cooperate with you and doing this beautiful business with you. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for watching, and we wish you a beautiful day or night wherever you are in the world. And thank you again for being here with us. We really, really appreciate you. Mwah. Ciao.